Welcome to Living in the Zone. I'm your host, Jim Fanna. I got my awesome co-host here. We got Ryan Lidge.
What's up, Jim?
What's up? We got Caleb Clayton.
Awesome day, Jim.
We are all about being in a zone state and how long can you stay in that zone state. But today, I want to talk about something I go through with all my clients. And I just went through it this weekend with a ton of clients. And it's making sure that you're thinking on a macro level. You're just not down in the weeds all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to get down there and be fastidious, one of my favorite words, pay attention to detail, that you're just working on mechanics and you're in the trench, but you miss the big picture of what you're doing. When you do that, you can now get into a funk, and now you can't get yourself out of it.
Yeah.
You try, you push. It's just like your car getting in a ditch. Mm-hmm. And, you run you race it and try to get out. Then you go back.
Reverse.
Maybe I'll reverse. I'll put a little sand.
Throw some rocks in there.
I'll put a sheet of
cardboard. Put a 2x4, big old block in there.
Maybe I can get my neighbors to. But the easiest way to get out of a mental ditch is to be pulled out.
And if you're a fan of mental performance, mindset hacks, thinking like a champion, and if you want to know the system that's been behind our clients, some of the greatest sports performances in the world, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Click the alert button so every video we send out once a week, it goes right to your inbox and it goes right on. You're notified every single time. And make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you get your podcasts.
So let me take this and say, you're playing Candyland with your little 6-year-old nephew, and you got a little board game, and you don't remember playing Candyland when you were 6. What's the first thing you're going to ask when you get to a board game? How do I do? How do you play?
What are the rules?
What are the rules? How do you play? And where are you? You're above the board. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking down, and I'm seeing all these little trails through Candyland. Mm-hmm. There's some dice, and, I roll a 6. I got 6 spaces. I got it. I see the big picture. I got it. I know the objective, and I'm not losing to my nephew.
It's playing Monopoly. I know. I want.
Same thing.
I know these properties.
I want all these properties.
Give me the railroads.
So how many times in our lives do we actually get into a psychological helicopter and get up above the fray? Mm-hmm. Every one of my clients, and Ryan, you were one of them for a decade with the Yankees organization and at Notre Dame. Got to throw the Irish in there for you. Not for me. That was for you. But
best team in Indiana.
Best team.
Best.
Don't start that with Kevin.
Depends on the sport we're talking. Here, football, I'll give you football.
Here comes Purdue basketball.
I'll give you football.
Stop. So the question is, once a week, my clients will get up above their life. You get up above your baseball, you get up above your tennis, your basketball, even your business. You get up above it and look at your life in a holistic viewpoint. Mm-hmm. And when you're up there, no clouded reasoning. Every one of the arenas in your life has a vision, it has goals, and now you're playing Monopoly with your life in a good way. Instead of life controlling you, you're controlling your life. Why? Because you now have a blueprint. You have a macro blueprint of your life. And you're more than an athlete. How many times have I said that to you? Yeah. You're more than a baseball player. That was the first day I talked to you.
Enough where you just embedded it in my mind.
Yeah, you're a son, you're a brother, you're a twin. Mm-hmm. You have your own friends. You got your own money. In college, you didn't have a lot. But, now you have more. You have your own finances. You have your own wellness.
Nope.
You have your own mental sanity, your own mental clarity. And you have your own physical, well-being. And all of these things, did I leave anything out?
Well, I would say hobbies. You got your own hobbies too. You got to do things for fun.
You have a significant other, and you could have some children, and you could be a dad or a mom. Mm-hmm. But now, up above your life, we're looking at these standalone arenas, and now you can make unemotional, non-emotional decisions on what you want to do. So I have a high-powered athlete. I won't mention his name. Elite, all-star, creme de la creme. And he's working on something technically. I'm not going to tell you the sport, but he's working on it and working on it. And he's so into the trench of the little tiny things, the things that keep your head still and don't move your head and keep your jaw unhinged and make sure that you're relaxed at the top of your swing. Make sure you got a little rhythm and dance. That's for baseball. And in basketball, there's other tools that you can do, but you can get lost in the woods where you don't know where you're going.
And I'll say a lot of athletes today, with all the analytics, get lost in the woods.
Analytics is causing all of our clients to be micro thinkers. Micro thinkers with tons of quantity of micro thoughts instead of a macro thinker. I learned this right off the bat, age 4, 5, and 6. I'm from Appalachia. My grandfather was a Cherokee Indian, and he was a woodsman, and he knew the woods well, and he wanted to teach his grandson, his only grandson, the way of the woods. So here's our little exercise. He would take me out and just show me the woods and point things out. You see right there? There's a rabbit back there. How you know that, Papa? Well, I'm up here on a perch. I can see a little rabbit trail in there. And just because the bushes don't move don't mean nothing's in there. But, Jimmy, you can get lost in the woods. You can get easily lost. You need to learn how to find your way out. So then he started blindfolding me. He would blindfold me, take me out a quarter of a mile when I was 4 or 5. My grandmother hated this. Granny hated it. Papa loved it. I'm going to make my kid a decision maker. I'm going to make him a man. So he would take me out, and he said, I'm going to take the blindfold off. I want you to take it off when you think I'm gone. So I want you to start counting as high as you can. I think I could get to 20 or something. I'm 4, I don't know. So I'm counting, and then when I think he's gone, I took the blindfold off, and now I'm supposed to see him back at the house. But here's what he taught me. You're never lost. You just haven't found your way. You're never lost, Jimmy. You just haven't found your way. Get up above everything. What do you mean, Papa? Well, first thing you want to do is breathe. Just relax. Just slow down. Look around. 360. He didn't say 360. He just turned me around. Look. Do you see anything familiar? No. Do you think, is that way home? I don't know. Is that way home? I'm not sure. How about there? I don't know, Papa. He says, then go to higher ground. What does that mean? Climb a tree, go up a hill, climb a rock, and get up above the tree line. Now you can look over it. You can find a little smoke. You can see the valley across the way. That's where people live, in the valley. They don't live up on the hill up here. They live down in the valley. So now you know I'll go down to the valley. I'll find somebody that knows Papa. I'll find my way home. You're never lost. You just haven't found your way. I've used this for 70 years. No matter, I've traveled the world many, many times. I've been in places where geographically I didn't know where it was.
Maybe I was lost geographically.
But I never felt that I was lost. I didn't think I was lost financially. I didn't think I was lost physically. I didn't think I was lost in any way. And that's by going to higher ground. Every one of my clients go to higher ground every week. Once a week, get up above the fray. You're more than an athlete. You got academics, too. I don't think we threw that in.
Academics as well, especially.
Wow. Lynch could have had that first.
Yeah, I could have gotten that one. That's when me and you started. We had the academics arena.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what this helped me with when you finally realize you're never lost, you just haven't found your way, and you actually have a life blueprint. You feel way more relaxed, first off, because you're like, oh, I can see everything. And most of us don't look at our life that way. We look at our life in one giant basket, and it just will get messy. So when you finally get up and you take all the pieces out of the basket and you organize it, it's almost like putting a puzzle together. That's kind of how I saw it at first. Like, I'm putting my life puzzle together, and now I know this piece needs a little bit of work, this piece needs work, but they're not the same. They're a part of my life, but I can take my student and focus on different things as a student than I can in baseball.
Each of these arenas are segregated. They're standalone. Each of them have a vision and goals. My papa didn't tell me that at 4 and 5. So I want you to stay for the final word. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to get up above the fray so you can stop thinking all that minutia that clouds our brain. And the only way if you can stay is go to Spotify or wherever you get your podcast so you can get the full experience. But right now, I want to talk about who's in the zone and who's not this week. Who's in the zone, guys?
For me, I think we're going to go to the baseball diamond, the Brew Crew, the Milwaukee Brewers, probably the hottest team in baseball right now. They're on a 9-game winning streak, 15 out of the last 20. And that team, they had some come from behind wins this past weekend, a walk-off on Sunday.
You know, I'm starting to feel really upset about this, that you're talking about it, because I really don't like it. I don't like this at all, because they kicked the Red Sox this weekend, and they did come from behind. I thought we could have won 2 of those games. We had the opportunity.
The Brewers are such an interesting franchise because Council left the Brewers to go to.
That's why they're
the
winning.
Big Brother down south.
They're winning because he went to the Cubs. There's an energy there that's palpable, I'm certain, in the stadium.
Yeah.
That there's an excitement and an energy, and they're playing off each other.
Yeah,
I've been a part of that many, many times.
The Brewers are such an interesting team, too, because no offense to any of the players on the team, but none of them have that star power to them. There's maybe one guy that has star power.
There's no superstar.
No, you don't
no
have a
superstar.
PCA. You don't have a Aaron Judge. You don't have a Shohei, a Bryce Harper.
Schwarber, you don't have a guy like that.
No, but they are clicking on all cylinders because it's one continuous line.
And
the
they can-
energy line does not break, and I give credit to Pat Murphy.
Pat Murphy.
Exactly.
And you know what? They can also win multiple ways. They can beat you small ball, or they can go long ball.
Yes.
And now what you going to do?
And I believe Murphy has instilled a sense of belief with these guys from day one that we can do this thing. We don't need to be a team with superstars. We don't
They
need to
can do
have
it
an
as a unit.
MVP on it.
Yeah.
We just need to be one giant energy unit
Yes.
where we're all going for the same thing. And as long as we continue to put the process in every day, we will be successful. And look at them. They've got the best record in the major leagues.
Well, I think we need to call it like it is. Pat Murphy, you're in the
He's in the
zone.
zone. He's total zoniac.
Forget
He
the
is in
Brewers.
yeah.
Without Pat Murphy, they're not going to be in the zone.
Absolutely.
So, you tip your hat. The Brewers fans were so upset when Council left. That, doom and gloom, the sky's falling.
Some of them were actually okay with it because they would get to the playoffs and then choke.
And then, yes.
Get to the playoffs and then choke. Get to the playoffs, choke. So Brewers are a franchise that does not have a World Series. They need
do
one.
not.
And
This year, we'll see. There's still a lot of baseball left, obviously, if that sense of knowing continues, if that belief, because right now it's high optimism through, as you mentioned, right? I like that. The entire batting chain is one unit, and that energy is not broken from guys walking off, dropping their heads, whatever. That energy is passed from one another. It is a continuous line, and the opposing pitchers are facing that. I think they're realizing, they're feeling that energy backed up every time they take the mound
I
against
think
them.
people are also not taking them seriously. So it's just
For
the Brewers.
sure.
It's just
Yeah.
the Brewers. It's the Cubs in this division. It's all about the Cubbies, the best offense. But now you go to Milwaukee, and it's like, oh, these guys are
Looking
pretty
at the
good.
numbers, yeah.
And it's just scrappy guy after scrappy guy after high standard guy after high standard guy. And that line, for all you baseball coaches listening to this show, is you need that continuous energy line that Caleb was talking about. You have one guy be negative or have a sense of doubt, a seed of doubt that not just them, but maybe the team can't perform well. That will break the chain, that'll break the energy line, and that's why you have teams that just never get over the hump. And I hope that this Brewers team, when they get to the playoffs, that it's different this time and that they actually, we're getting to the World Series. And I think if they just get past one round this year, it's a success story for the Brewers.
And now I want to talk about the NFL. I don't think anybody's totally locked in a zone state. Starters are only a couple of reps, and it's too early. There's no flow of energy, no rhythmical. But Cam Little, holy moly, if you've got a rocket leg, 70-yard field goal, no one's ever done that.
No.
Can you imagine? Hey, we're 3 and out. and we just kicked a 70-yard field goal.
On the other 40-yard
You're
line.
always in contention to score. We'll see how he does in the snow, but that is impressive. And the zone only took him 12 seconds to get into a zone state, and that's the time before he was setting up, getting ready.
Yeah. That's definitely a zone
Throughout that
moment.
kick.
It's a zone,
Absolutely.
it's
It's a
not a
zone
total
moment.
zone, but for a kicker, you may only have 3 kicks the whole game, maybe 4, maybe 1. If you're getting smoked and you're on the other end of the field all the time.
Yeah.
But for him to come in and do that is very impressive. That is definitely a zone moment. And I'd like to know who's listening. Who do you think's in the zone? Who's worthy of being talked about in a zone state?
Yeah.
So we're
Yes.
talking about somebody that's done it for a day. That doesn't mean you're a full-time zoniac. But who's been in it a month? Now you're talking about a zone performer at the highest level.
And the NFL this year is
Absolutely.
going to have that. We're going to have a
1000%.
month-long zone run from a quarterback,
Absolutely.
from a running back, from a wide receiver,
No, I'm fired
from a
up.
coach.
Yeah, this is going to be unbelievably
This is
fun.
gonna be a
And
great
I
year.
think who knows what's going to happen. I think it's up for grabs. I don't think there's any
Absolutely.
clear cut, there
No,
has been the
AFC,
Chiefs,
NFC,
but
this is-
I
I
think
don't
it
think
could
so
be
anymore.
anybody. Well, right now, I want everybody to go to a higher ground with me. We talked about it at the top, but let's go to a higher place. We're going to the Zone Cafe, but this time the cafe is located way up in the sky. So we got to take a helicopter up there. Jimmy's up here cooking up and around the clouds. Because I've had guys that are struggling in baseball, but once they fix their marriage, their batting average went up. Make sense? Come on, everybody. You know that one negative thing and something else can totally disrupt your business or your sport because we take it with us onto the field, onto the course, wherever you are. So here we are. I want everyone to relax. I want you to go through all your life arenas, your self arena, your spirituality, your physical well-being, your mental, yourself. What do you need there? Do you need more optimism? Do you need discipline? What do you need in your life? Maybe you say, I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm locked in. I'm on some dietary routines. Mentally, I'm doing the S.C.O.R.E system. I'm locked in. Everything's good. How about your relationship, your significant other? Is it 1 + 1 = 3? Is there any part of S.C.O.R.E that you may need to bolster, maybe need to relax, maybe need to focus on your woman or your man a little bit more? You know what you need. How about finances? That can screw up a lot of performances. When you need money, you got bills, can't pay them. That will just impregnate everything in your life, the financial. But what do you need? Do you need more discipline? You're not saving enough? Or you just need to relax? Things will be okay? Or are you a warrior in that arena? Now that we're up here, how about you and your brother, you and your sister? Oh, they're fine. Really? What are their visions? What are their goals? Oh, I don't know. Well, go find out. That'll help you be the best brother or sister that you possibly can be. The other arenas, academically, you need to study more. Stop cramming, everybody. School is back. School's starting. We got a lot of athletes.
Colleges next week.
More than
Absolutely.
just an athlete, student athlete. It's hyphened for a reason.
And so now that we're up here at our Zone Cafe and we're seeing what part of S.C.O.R.E that you need. Do you need self-discipline, concentration, optimism, relaxation, or enjoyment? But specifically, which one of these do you need in an arena that needs it right now? Most of you listening, you're here because you're an athlete or a coach of an athlete or a parent of an athlete. But you got your own life, and you're much more than that sport.
Yes.
What do you need? But right now, I'm going to take you to the final word. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do so that you can start being a high-flying zone performer on a macro level.
And now, Zoniacs, and to all the listeners, if you want to tune into the final word to get that concrete tool as to how to implement this higher ground technique in your own life, be sure and tune into the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to all those podcasts at.
Subscribe to it. Get it weekly. We're here to help you. And whatever you need, go into the comments. We will help you with whatever challenges that you have, but make sure you subscribe, turn the alerts on so that we can come right to you every single week.
And now, the final word. Every client that I've coached, all pros in the NFL, all NBA players, PGA superstars, major winners on the tour, 30 All-Stars. Every one of them, there's no exception, had their own life blueprint. And it was well designed by them with my guidance and Caleb with your guidance with your clients, and same thing. We all do the same thing.
Yeah.
Nothing great happens without a blueprint. So once that blueprint happens, you can do it on paper, old school, if you don't have our app. But if you do want our app, you need to click below and just contact one of the zone coaches. We'll show you how you can get our app, because every one of our clients have a blueprint on their app. You know what's cool about that? I get to see on my phone whoever I'm coaching.
Absolutely.
And we're managing their life, helping them manage their life with a blueprint. And then I go to Higher Ground every Friday personally. The majority of my clients do it on Sunday afternoon. So I'm recommending you do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'd make it toward the end of the week. You could do it on paper. Just write some circles. There'll probably be 9 circles on the paper. And right in the middle is self. And then you got a dollar sign in one circle. That's the change in your pocket and equity in your house, whatever you have. And if you're a bro, put down I'm a brother, and then I'm a son and or daughter. Friends, academics, obviously your sport, which is your primary arena. Not the most important, but the one you spend an inordinate amount of time, energy, sometimes money on. And now you're up above looking on your life. And inside all these arenas are other people and their thoughts. Sometimes those thoughts are good, they help you, and sometimes those thoughts are not positive and they don't help you. But from a higher ground, which this show is about, it gives you a better perspective. How do you play the game of life? I think there is a game called life.
That's a great board game.
How do you play the game of real life? A 75-year-old life, a 100-year-old life, an abundant life, a simple, balanced life? Get up above it once a week and think macro, stay out of the weeds. So many times my clients can't see the forest because they're standing right in front of a tree. And they just can't see, but only the bark in front of them, and they think that's what it's all about. Be in the zone, everybody. Get up above your life. Manage your score level. And if you want more information, we got loads of it. Contact one of our ZoneCoach coaches, and we'll give you a free consultation and set you free on a life of simplicity, balance, and abundance. Let's go, everybody. Be in the zone. You know that's the only place to be.